Hello to all my friends and family, and welcome to this episode of Jim's 5am Club. I'm down in Camden visiting my Uncle Jimmy and his family, and it's the day after my Auntie Angela's funeral. Yesterday, we laid her to rest, and it was a sad occasion, but we were comforted by many family and friends who attended the church service in Wollongong, the burial in Thermere, and the wake, which was here in Camden. And I was awoken this morning by a call from my dear uncle, who told me that, Jimmy, you just wouldn't believe what has happened. And I said, what's happened, Uncle Jimmy? Given that it's a day, or the morning after my dear auntie's funeral. And he said, you wouldn't believe it, but this morning, the cactus plant that flowered at the Nyamara, day 9 of my auntie's passing, blossomed again, which is extremely rare and extremely comforting. It has to be a sign from my auntie, from God, through his powers, to help us get through this grieving stage and to make us feel comforted, knowing that all is well. Here it is. Here is that magnificent flower, and as you can see, the cactus below is an ugly sort of plant, an uninviting plant, a humble plant that protects itself with its spikes. But every now and then it blossoms, it blooms, and it generates this magnificent, absolutely magnificent pink flower that lasts less than 24 hours. Come this evening, come tomorrow, this flower will be gone and gone forever. And the beauty of flowers within the Christian faith and within our observance of our humanity is that flowers represent a temporary perfection. And this flower here expresses and exudes that temporary perfection, showing its delicateness, its colour. And you can see within there's both the male and the female elements, the Adam and Eve elements of the flower, given that it has a male and a female component to be able to self-pollinate, cross-pollinate and self-populate, which is just absolutely beautiful. So that star-shaped thing down on the bottom left, which looks a little bit like a spider, is the male part of the flower, and the rest of the flower is that female part. But as you can see, such a beautiful sight, and I could imagine how happy my Uncle Jimmy was when he got up this morning to an empty house, to a massive emptiness, given that he lost his spouse of close to 60 years, but to be comforted with this beautiful image, this message from God, this message from his spouse saying all is well. And my Auntie Angela was an avid gardener. She loved her garden, she loved gardening, and she won many shows, many floral shows for the flowers, the roses, and everything that she'd done over the years. She was great with her orchids. She was great with her roses. She's got basil bushes everywhere. So there's the scent of basil when you come to the front door of the house. And we have, as we mentioned before, this single flower which has blossomed today, a once only expression of love. And as I say, tomorrow you blink, it'll be gone. And similarly, our lives. Now, when you consider our lives in the history of mankind, if you consider our lives as a function of eternity, no, we are just a blimp. We are just a dot. We are fairly insignificant. But in that insignificance, in that moment in time where we exist, where we connect, where we glorify God, where we do what we do, we have an opportunity to be an example to others and to show our version of this temporary beauty that we can exude, this temporary perfection that we all have, and to use it to serve God, to use it to serve our neighbours, to love our neighbours as we love ourselves, and to bring peace and harmony to all of those around us. So thank you very much for joining me in this episode of Jim's 5am Club, where I get to honour my most beautiful late Auntie Angela Kalpaxis, who was an angel, is an angel. She chanted with an angelic voice. She lived a life full of respect and honour, and a humble person at that. So thank you very much, and we'll chat again, and hopefully all of us throughout our lives can be on the lookout for signs that can help us get through our troubles, our grieving stages, and give us the strength to follow on, to carry on, and to be the best possible Christian, the best version of ourselves that we can possibly be. Take care, everybody. Yassas, and bye for now.